I am Reed, just a normal 27-year-old guy talking about building wealth and getting your life together in your 20s. You know, sometimes it feels like everyone's rushing, chasing the next big thing, always looking for more. But for me, it is really about something simpler, something quieter. It is about creating a life where money is a constant source of stress, but a gentle tool that helps you live the way you want. It is like tending a garden. You plant seeds, you water them, you give them time, and eventually they grow into something beautiful and sustaining. For me, Coast Fire, or financial independence, retire early, has been that garden, a way to nurture my financial future without feeling like I am sacrificing my present. It's not about extremes, it's about balance, a soft hum of security in the background of your life. And honestly, at 27, having that feeling, it's like a quiet superpower. It means I can breathe a little easier, make choices from a place of peace, not panic. Today, I want to chat about my own journey to Coast Fire, how I've built up around $400,000 and what that strategy actually looks like. It is not some secret formula or complicated jargon. It is just common sense. Applied consistently, it's about making money work for you gently, steadily, so you can focus on the things that truly matter, like your relationships, your well-being, your passions. We'll dive into what Coast Fire actually means, how it is different from Full Fire, and why it might be a really beautiful fit for us, especially when we in our 20s feeling all the pressures and possibilities. Think of it like this. Full Fire is like running a marathon, intense, demanding, all-consuming. Coast Fire, though, it is more like a leisurely hike. You put in the effort up front, enjoy the views, and then let gravity and momentum do some of the work for you. It's about front-loading your savings and investments so compound interest, that invisible worker we often talk about, can do its magic over decades. Then you can dial back your work intensity, pursue passions, or simply enjoy more freedom, knowing your retirement is already taken care of. It is a really comforting thought, knowing that future you will be okay, because present you made some thoughtful decisions. And honestly, that peace of mind, it is priceless. So, let's unpack my strategy. It is built on a few core ideas, things that might seem obvious, but are often overlooked in the noise of financial advice. First, it's about making conscious choices about where your money goes. It's like deciding what ingredients go into your favorite meal. You want good quality, nourishing stuff, right? For me, that meant looking at my spending, not with judgment, but with curiosity. Where was my money actually going? Was it aligning with my values, my goals, my desire for a peaceful future? Often it was and that is okay. It is just information, a starting point. Noticing where you can trim the fat without feeling deprived is a huge step. It is not about being stingy, it is about being intentional. It is about finding joy in simplicity, in experiences rather than endless possessions. We live in a world that constantly tells us we need more, but sometimes having less, or rather having exactly what you need, brings a profound sense of calm. It is about decluttering your finances, just like you might declutter your home. Getting rid of what doesn't serve you, making space for what truly does. Then the next big piece is consistent investing. This isn't about trying to pick the next hot stock or timing the market. It's about a steady, disciplined approach. It's like showing up for your workout every day, not expecting immediate results, but trusting in the cumulative effect over time. For me, index funds and ETFs have been my go-to. They like owning a tiny piece of hundreds or even thousands of companies. It's diversification without the headache, a way to participate in the growth of the global economy without becoming a stock market expert. It is a set it and forget it kind of approach, which really appeals to my desire for simplicity and peace of mind. You know, watching the market can feel like a roller coaster, sometimes up and down. But with index funds, you are just riding the overall upward trend over the long haul. It is about patience, about trusting the process, about understanding that the best things often take time to grow. Another crucial part of my strategy has been increasing my income, not just cutting expenses. It is like having two levers you can pull. You can save more and you can earn more. And sometimes earning a little more can make a much bigger difference than cutting every single latte from your budget. For me, that has looked like taking on extra projects, learning new skills, and negotiating for better pay. It's not about working yourself to the bone, but about finding smart ways to add value, to build your capabilities, so your earning potential grows naturally. It's about seeing your career as a part of your financial well-being, an engine that can help propel you towards your goals, not just a way to pay the bills. And when you combine conscious spending, consistent investing, and thoughtful income growth, that is where the magic really starts to happen. That $400,000 I mentioned, it's not just a number. It represents choices, small, consistent choices made over time. It's a cushion, a safety net, a gentle whisper of security that allows me to dream bigger, to live more authentically. It means that if I want to take a break, pursue a passion project, or even just work part-time for a while, I can without feeling that crushing financial pressure. That freedom, that quiet confidence, that's the real prize, not the number itself. It's about building a life that feels good right now and knowing that your future self will thank you for the gentle care you've put in today. So if you are in your 20s feeling a bit overwhelmed by all the financial noise, I hope this resonates with you. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present, being intentional, and taking small, Consistent steps, it's about starting where you are with what you have and building something beautiful. One gentle choice at a time, we all on our own unique paths, but we can walk alongside each other, sharing insights, offering encouragement, and remember, true wealth isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind, about time, freedom, about living a life that truly nourishes your soul. That's the real journey, and I am so glad we on it together. Now, let us dive a little deeper into some of the practicalities of setting up a Coast Fire strategy, because it is one thing to talk about the philosophy and another to actually put it into action. Think of it like baking a cake. You have the recipe, the vision, but then you need to gather your ingredients and follow the steps, right? The first ingredient, and it is a big one, is understanding your current financial picture. It's like taking an honest look in the mirror, not to judge, but to see where you're restarting from. What are your monthly expenses, not just the big ones, but all those little ones that add up? What is your income? What debts do you have? Knowing these numbers is about shaming yourself. It is about empowerment. It gives you a clear roadmap, a baseline from which to build. I remember when I first sat down and really broke down my spending, it was a bit eye-opening. I realized where my money was flowing without much thought, and that was the first step to gently redirecting it. Not drastically cutting, but mindfully reallocating. It's like tending to a leaky faucet. You fix the leak, and suddenly you have more water, or in this case, more money flowing where you want it to go. The next step involves setting clear, achievable goals for Coast Fire. That typically means figuring out your Coast Fire number, which is the amount you need to invest early on so that it can grow untouched to fund your retirement without any further contributions from you. It sounds a bit magical, doesn't it? But it's just math and the power of compound interest. It's like planting a sapling knowing that over decades it will grow into a mighty tree, providing shade and shelter. You can use online calculators to get a rough idea, and it is a really motivating exercise. It gives you a tangible target, something to gently aim for rather than just vaguely saving. For me, reaching that $400,000 mark wasn't just about the number. It was about achieving a significant milestone on that journey, a testament to those consistent, gentle efforts, and it really solidifies that feeling of quiet confidence, knowing that a big chunk of my future is already thoughtfully taken care of. Then comes the actual investing part, and this is where many people get intimidated. But it doesn't have to be complicated. Remember how I mentioned index funds and ETFs? They are truly your friends here. They offer broad market exposure, meaning you are investing in a wide range of companies, which inherently diversifies your risk. It's like not putting all your eggs in one basket, but spreading them out across many baskets. For us in our 20s, time is our greatest asset. The longer our money is invested, the more time it has to compound to grow exponentially. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. The further it rolls, the bigger it gets. That's the magic of starting early, even if it's with smaller amounts. Those small amounts have decades to work their magic. I started with what I could, consistently contributing to my investment accounts, even when it felt like a tiny drop in a huge ocean. But those drops over time formed a substantial pool, and the beauty of Coast Fire is that once you hit your Coast Fire number, you can essentially stop contributing to that specific retirement fund and let it grow on its own. It's like setting a pot of slow cooker stew. You put in the ingredients, turn it on, and then you can go about your day, knowing that a delicious meal will be ready later. This frees up your current income for other goals, maybe saving for a down payment on a home, funding a passion project, or simply enjoying your life more in the present, with less financial pressure. That flexibility, that ability to shift gears, is what makes Coast Fire so incredibly appealing. It allows for a more gentle, less rigid approach to life and work. You can choose to work less, pursue a less demanding but more fulfilling career, or even take sabbaticals, without derailing your entire retirement plan. It's about building a life that truly aligns with your values, not just chasing a paycheck. And that, for me, is the ultimate goal. A life lived with intention and peace rather than constant striving. Of course, there will be bumps along the road. The market will have its ups and downs. That is just the nature of investing. It is like the weather. Some days are sunny, some days are rainy, but the sun always comes back. The key is to stay consistent, to not panic during downturns, and to trust in the long-term upward trend of the market. It's about having a strong emotional foundation when it comes to your money, not letting fear or greed dictate your decisions. This is where the gentle management of life comes in. It is about responding to challenges with calm and resilience. Knowing that your foundational plan is sound, it is about focusing on what you can control: your savings rate, your investment choices, your income, earning potential, and letting go of what you can like short-term market fluctuations. And what about those temptations to spend, to keep up with the latest trends, the endless consumer cycle? This is where understanding your why becomes so important. Why are you pursuing Coast Fire? What kind of life do you envision for yourself? What kind of peace and freedom are you building when you have a clear why? It becomes much easier to make those gentle, intentional choices with your money. It is like having a compass that guides you through the noise and distractions, always pointing you towards your true north. For me, it is about having the time and space to pursue creative projects, to spend quality time with loved ones, To travel and experience the world without financial constraints, it's about living a rich life, not just financially, but in every sense of the word. And that vision, that gentle pull towards a more fulfilling future, is what keeps me going. It's not about deprivation, it is about prioritization. Choosing what truly enriches your life and letting go of what doesn't. So, as we wrap up our chat today, I hope you feel a sense of encouragement, a gentle nudge towards exploring what a Coastfire strategy could look like for you. It's not about being a financial wizard, it's about being a thoughtful steward of your resources. It's about making small, consistent, intentional choices that build a beautiful, secure future for you, for your loved ones, for the life you truly want to live. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to start small, stay consistent, and be patient. The journey to financial freedom, to a life of gentle security, is a marathon, not a sprint, and I am right here with you, cheering you on every step of the way. We rebuilding this future together, one gentle, thoughtful decision at a time. It is like planting a tiny seed today, knowing that one day it will blossom into a magnificent tree, providing shade, shelter, and peace. That is the beauty of it, the quiet power of compound interest, the gentle art of living intentionally. I believe in you, in your ability to craft a life of financial peace and freedom. And it all starts with those small, everyday choices. Choices made with intention, with care, with a deep understanding of what truly matters to you. Let's continue this conversation. Let us keep learning and growing together, because building wealth in your 20s isn't just about numbers. It is about building a foundation for a truly remarkable life. A life filled with peace, purpose, and genuine joy.